We all decide that we're gonna go to Bonfire Night. I buy everyone's tickets, they're not expensive, and it's all good. We leave work, we're early, it's fantastic. We close the door slightly early, everything is locked down, we good, everyone meets up at the store who is going, everything's good. The final entry 7:30, right now it's like 6:45. We got time to get to Abbey Park because we're going to catch an Uber there. This is when everything falls apart, fundamentally. So we're standing outside, there's 6 of us, it's great. We try getting an XL Uber, which holds 6 people. My fucking Uber app was looking for a driver for like 10 minutes. It is now 5 to 7, and I'm beginning to panic a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just a little spoiler. I almost had a panic attack. Full-on panic attack because I got sent so west. So we're standing there and I'm like, fucking hell, this Uber's not loading. So Liv, in her infinite wisdom, and I can't believe I followed this plan, was like, let's all get separate Ubers. They hold 3 people. It's great. So we'll all just meet up there. So I'm like, yeah, sounds good. We book an Uber, 2 minutes away. Great. Theirs comes and goes. By the way, just want to add this little detail. I'm with 3 people who all know Leicester. The other 3 people don't know what Abbey Park is. They've never been. And their Uber has just left. And ours then comes about 2 minutes later. I get into the Uber and he starts driving. And this is when it dawns on me. How do we know that the Uber's going to drop us off in the right place? At the same place? You know all, but, well, Lawrence and Tony, they know Abbey Park. It's a big park. There's multiple ways to get in. How do we know it's going to drop us off at the right entrance? So I start messaging Liv. I'm like, what entrance are you going to? What entrance? And they're like, obviously, they message me back, I don't know. And I start panicking a little bit. I'm like, okay, I don't know how to explain it to them. So I tell my Uber driver, get me to the closest exit, and then I'm going to try and formulate something. Little did I also realize that it's Bonfire Night. The traffic in town was mad.
Bet it was, yeah.
I have everyone's tickets. My Uber driver drops me off at one exit. They are on the other side of the fucking park.
Oh, no.
I also have Dylan's ticket. And he got there on his own, and he's on the other side of the park. So we're all at 3 different entrances. And they're like, God, and I have Liv, Amelia, and Luke bombarding me messages like, guys, it's so busy. Like, we're really confused. We don't know where we are. What is Abbey Park? Where do we go? And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how to explain this to you. Like, I got so panicky. I was like, do you see a big brick wall? They're like, yeah, follow it. That was my advice. I just told them to follow a big fat brick wall. And then they're like, but guys, but you have the ticket. And I'm like, okay, I'll screenshot it and send it them. And this is when the mental breakdown begins. My hands start shaking uncontrollably. I am hyperventilating because now it is 7:25. The last entry is 7:30, and now I need to screenshot the tickets and send it to them. I am sitting there screaming at my phone to Bixby, the Samsung talking thing. Screenshot. Send to Dylan. Screenshot. Send to Olivia. But fortunately, they got into the park. Fantastic. But now, Amelia, Luke, and Olivia don't know where they are in the park. And it is the busiest I've ever seen Bonfire Night at Abbey Park. You couldn't move. It was packed. So I'm like, which part are you at? They describe it to me. It's the entrance opposite the old bus station, Tony. that's
Mhm.
knocked down. So I'm like,
Yeah.
cool, stay there. I'm gonna try and get to you. There's a lot of people, but just bear with me. And so, I go and I find them, and basically they're almost in tears. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And they're like, oh, this woman screamed at us, blah, 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 because we were having a vape. And she was like, oh, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, tonight is ruined. Tonight's fucking ruined. Everyone is pissed off. Everyone is sent west. And I'm like, it's all good. Just breathe and compose yourself. I know we're all in different states of minds right now, but just calm down. It's all good. Let's go enjoy the night. We get through the park, and they're just like, I think, so confused by the amount of people that they just start panicking. Because the idea was that this is the first time they've ever been Bonfire Night in Leicester. This is their second year of uni, and this is the first night they've ever been Bonfire Night. So I was like, I kind of took it upon myself to be like, I want to show them Bonfire Night in Leicester because it's quite good. We're standing there, we finally get into the park where the music is and the vibes are, and I see Amelia is stressed out. She's got some degree of autism, but no, legitimately she does. She actually, like, if you met her, you would understand. But and I'm like, I'm rubbing her shoulder to be like, it's all good, calm down. And she fucking almost screams at me. She's like, don't touch me. And I'm like, okay, it's all cool. Take your time. And everyone calms down eventually. Even though everyone is so fucking raging.
To be fair,
Cool.
if some pothead tried to touch me, I'd freak out too.
And I get it. And, I did say to her that night, I was like, hey, listen, I didn't mean to stress you out. I was legitimately just trying to compose. And she's like, yeah, I completely understand. It's just, I'm fucking weird and I don't really do well in mad busy places. I was like, cool, calm, it's fine. Then we go back to someone's accommodation that we know to have pizza. Beautiful. Lovely. Little did we know, everyone was on the streets shooting fireworks at each other. Two gangs shooting fireworks at each other outside our fucking window.
The fuck?
It was so much fireworks, it lit up the entire street. You couldn't see 2 feet in front of you because it was just smoke. And we're sitting there, to be honest, quite entertained. Because we're in an enclosed space. They can't get us. If they shoot a firework at the window, it's not going to break. And so there's one window here and there's another window here.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're across the room from each other. And these gangs were like moving from one side of the window to the other. It became a fucking like Scooby-Doo sketch. We would run from one window to the other, and then we'd all scream at each other like, go back to the other window, go back to the other window. That's where the other gangs are. It was then the Popo came rolling around.
Oh god.
And I couldn't believe what I was watching. And that was my Bonfire Night. We took that opportunity of when the police came round to be like, this is probably a safe time to make our great escape.